What's going on, guys? So we're back again with another gameplay video. This time we have Perth Pro Players team captain Jimmy here on the left playing red Jiren, and we have Perth Pro Players team member here on the right, Jason Stubbs, playing the new U7 Son Goku leader. So just before they get started into the gameplay, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Team Card Titan. So if you guys want any DBS Seal products or DBS singles, make sure you check out that link in the description below. And for all the people in Australia and New Zealand, check out their auction page on Facebook as well. Now, U7 Goku had a bit of a showing recently, doing an excellent job. It's a really, really strong deck. Such great utility cards that are available in it. Red always has quite a lot of great utility cards, but it has this new Vegeta, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. The one that can just minus 15k, has crit, 2 energy, draws a card on play as well, has deflect. It's ridiculous. And then you've also got your minus on your Freezer, which is a minus 15k, dual attack 19k. But the great thing as well is that you have your counterplay Goku, which is a new thing as well, that when you minus by 15, you get to draw a card if you kill that card or take it to 0, which is incredible. It's such an amazing effect. And it just really keeps that hand size, I guess, big, which in this deck as well, you do draw a hell of a lot of cards. And then the bomb at the end really is the 8-cost Goku, which pretty much clears nearly everything off the board except probably SCRs, because it minuses, I believe it's 35k on the minus, which is pretty insane. On the swing, as long as you got your sparking 20, you're able to look at the hand and just take a card from it. Plus, you've got your double strike and dual attack already on it, which is absolutely insane. And then lastly, the last new, I guess, amazing card really is that Android 17, which has a double strike, 15k for 1 energy, as long as you've got the right number of U7s, plus you get to search top 3 for another U7. So Jimmy doing Jiren things just here anyway. Enough about my rant about the new U7, but Jimmy's doing Jiren things, taking a life. Found a Jiren, checked top 5 as well, and then played a Jiren out. So he's got 2 on the board. Unfortunately, Stubbs doesn't really have any minus live at this point, I guess, right? So he's not going to be able to kill these guys. They're going to probably get some bodies, but he is establishing his Gohan. And I believe in this list, he does actually play the vanillas, because we can see the Android 18 just down there at the moment. And that Android 18 allows to buff a little bit more combo as well when you're comboing those vanillas, as well as getting your draws off your Gohans and everything like that as well, which is pretty nice. So he is going for the Gohan's effect, grabbing a card. He's going to swing first, and then he's going to draw a card here. Obviously, really nice that you do get to swing and draw with this effect. I feel like that's exactly what you want with this leader. You do just want to keep drawing cards as much as possible. But we are going to go for, it looks like, the Jiren off the board, which I think is a very good choice. He's got new Unison on board. I don't remember if Jimmy is still running a Unison. I think he may have stopped. I feel like it's not that needed. So, other thing about this as well is we finally have started the pre-side best of ones, which I think is a lot better in the format too. Just means that there's no just auto wins for certain decks. But we did get a mill of at least 2 U7s just there off the bat. I dare say that Stubbs probably put Violent Rays in from the sideboard if he didn't have some mained. I think he does have some mained, but Violent Rays is a great card against this deck, especially with the big Jiren. And if he starts plussing his battle cards, or this Jiren that he's just charged, making that a 20k, because he can plus it by 1k, Violent Rays really helps with that. And if Jimmy doesn't think about that, obviously he can run straight into that Violent Rays. But if he does think around it, a 19k dual attack is a really nice thing to go underneath Jiren, and it's still forcing cards. Underneath the Violent Rays, and it is going to start forcing cards from hand with the combo. So it looks like, I'm assuming we're going to go for our leader effect here. Hopefully get something off the top 5. It is Jiren. I don't know how many people have played it before, but there's always that possibility to whiff, as we see just there. Unfortunately, there's a decent amount of targets in the deck, but sometimes you do just whiff, which sucks. But either way, what you are doing is you're kind of doing that self-awaken effect, right? So you are getting yourself closer to your awaken. You do want that around turn 3 anyway. So turn 3, turn 4 at your latest, really, but you're going to guarantee you probably get that. We're going to clear that Gohan straight off the board. Again, annoying, but not the worst, because we do want to get our 7 U7s in the drop so we can get our awaken going on the U7 Goku side. So we are going to go into 19k Jiren here. I'm assuming probably plussing 1k on the leader. Swinging into leader, going to 20. So we are going to combo out. So we're going to put some more U7s in the drop. And I'm assuming that's why Stubbs is doing it, right? Put these U7s into the drop area now. I believe that is now 4. All right. Which means that hopefully on our next mill, if we do half decent, we can get our 7 if we want to and awaken. I would say that we probably wait until turn 3 to awaken, especially if we're running the Jiren unison. I would say we wait till turn 3 to awaken to be able to get our energy back. Now, we are going to, it looks like, take that damage this time, which is fair enough. Got quite a few U7s in hand, so we can kind of combo them off. Now, we've got a vanilla in hand. Wouldn't surprise me if we combo that now that Gohan's gone, unless we're going to establish another one. So it looks like we have 4 in our drop area. See how we go now off our mills. So let's mill to almost perfect. I was going to say started too early, about to say perfect, because I thought that was one more U7, but we can ditch just here our last U7, so that's not too much of a problem just there. So there's your 7 straight off the bat. So that's not too bad. 2 mils, and we've got our 7. A lot luckier than I have been with the deck, unfortunately. Good thing is now pretty much everything should be live except for the Vegeta, unfortunately. So we are going to get the freezer. We're going to minus here, which is really nice. And then we're going to start swinging into it. So just get that off the board as soon as possible, right? Yep, Jimmy is going to let it go. I think it's the right choice. Otherwise, you're going to have to start comboing a lot to protect it. And this is, again, this is the utility of this deck. That's what I really, really like, is you've got easy board control in the form of this freezer and that Vegeta as well. It looks like Stubbs has been pretty lucky and not milled any super combos, and he's seen all 4 in hand, if I'm looking at it right, because we did use one just before. I believe we've seen all 4 super combos in hand, which is really nice, or at least 3. It looks like 3 super combos in hand, which is pretty good. Probably leaving up now our counterplay Goku, I would say. I don't think we overextend here. I think we keep our counterplay Goku alive, because Jimmy will likely go into the 4 cost this next turn, right? And you can just kill it on the play with that Goku and then draw a card, which is really, really nice for him. Obviously, it's a tough decision. He wants to know if we should overextend. I don't think he should. I think he should leave it up right now and then use his Goku to counter the Jiren, right? He's cleared this Jiren off the board, which is perfect. It means he's not going to be able to establish the 3 cost pretty much. The 8 cost this next turn, unless he starts the whole chain again, which is going to start costing energy, which means it keeps him off the 8 cost for another turn, right? Unless for some reason he can awaken, but as you can see, we didn't go hard on that freezer swing just there. We kept it inactive, which I think is the right choice as well, not swinging in and letting him awaken. We want to force him to awaken on our terms if we can. So Jimmy is going to hit a Jiren here, which is really nice. As I said, you do whiff sometimes. It does happen, and it is a bit frustrating. Hopefully here off his top search, he does find something that he wants. Potentially a 4 cost. Otherwise, I believe we have at least one of the 1 costs that are on board that has a little corn dog there. So we can use the effect of that card in our drop area to go and find our 4 cost or 5 cost if we need to, which is really nice as well. So what I would do here, if I was Stubbs, because I'm assuming this is going to evolve just here, is you just counter that evolve straight away, kill the 15k and make him start again. It is a free evolve at the end of the day, which isn't the end of the world, right, for Jimmy. But I think just forcing him to keep starting again is definitely the right choice. So we're going to swing in here into leader. Just 10k. I wonder if we're going to combo something. He may combo one of the Jirens. We're going to combo Koitsukai, okay? So he wants to be a little bit safe, which I think is definitely a good choice here. Knowing that we have the Goku live, Koitsukai is not a bad play at all. I dare say that this has been sideboarded in. As I said, we're doing the pre-siding now, which is really nice. So he's no auto wins, but I definitely think the Koitsukai has probably been sided in. Now, I'm assuming that he has comboed that to use the Koitsukai, because if not, I would be very surprised, right? I would think that he's going to use the Koitsukai right now, which is exactly what we're doing. Probably putting a card at the bottom and drawing something else. Good thing here for Jimmy as well, and I kind of like what he just did. He put a 4 cost onto the bottom of the deck, knowing that he has the Jiren just here, that he can search out that 4 cost quite comfortably again. So it means it's not a complete loss of that card, right? And that's really good for him, knowing that he can go and grab that at any point if he wants it. So we are going to hit this 15k here, the 4 cost. Stubbs obviously has to decide whether he wants to counter it or not. I don't think he will at this point. I don't think it's worth losing the 2 cards from hand, especially next turn, knowing that he can go into a Jiren. But the scary thing here is we can start going up the chain a little bit more. Good thing is he kept the freezer in active mode as well, just to keep it a little bit more protected. Because if he did have that in rest, there is that potential that this turn it would be swung over. All right. So I would assume Jimmy goes into the 5 cost here. Just deciding on what plays are the best, it looks like. I dare say we go into the 5, though. I don't see why not. The only thing is Stubbs probably can deal with it next turn. Obviously, having some Vegetas and Freezers in hand as well. I think he's got 1 of each at this point. But I'm assuming next turn we would want to go into our Jiren Unison, because I did see that in hand just there. So I'm probably going to go into our Jiren Unison this next turn. That way we have that established, because that is going to be a big tempo swing in his favor, that's for sure. Just being able to, I guess, control a lot of the board. So we can go into the 8 cost, it looks like. My apologies. I thought it was 3 energy. It is only 2 energy, so that's pretty insane. So there we go, guys. So we have gone straight into the big boy, into the 8 cost. Now, this is a pretty big, scary swing just here into leader. Stubbs deciding, I think he's thinking about doing an after image, it looks like. It looks like the old after image technique just there in hand. Definitely feel like that could be a good choice, right? Because if we after image, we minus by 10. We're not taking a life. We're going to pay the energy, right? Plus 40 to the leader, minus by 10 on the Jiren, or he's going to kill the other one. That's fair enough. Because knowing that there's potentially another swing coming through just here for another double strike is pretty scary. But also, I guess, keeping off another Jiren is okay. He doesn't mind going down to 4. He has a decent amount of protection this next turn. The only scary thing is tapping 3, and then we only have access to 1 energy going into Jimmy's turn, right? And we're down at 4 life is rather scary. But let's see what he decides to do. He may even, if he has to, go for the Awaken here, but I don't think so. Surprised that Jimmy didn't go for the swing. Just I definitely think it would have been better to go for the swing. He is potentially nervous that it may get minus this next turn and then swung into. Potentially why he avoided going for the swing, which I can understand that as well. But I definitely think it put Stubbs in a worse position if he put him down to 4 life or forced him to use all those cards from hand, because he'd be at 4 life with only 1 energy, which is rather scary, right? So we're going to play the Jiren out. We're going to plus. We're going to mill all U7s. Perfect. We've already got the number we need anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm assuming we pitch the vanilla. It's pretty dead right now if we don't have a Gohan on board, and I don't think we're going to keep a Gohan on board, to be completely honest. There's way too much minus in this deck. So we're going to swing through a double strike. Perfect just here, testing the ops. We are going to take a life. Jiren's going to obviously KO or minus the 10k, so pretty much remove that straight away on the play, which I respect, obviously getting rid of that. We are going to swing, draw a card, awaken, draw a card, untap an energy. We've got 1 energy left up just here, probably leaving it just at 15, which I think is good. Jimmy going to super combo out, just protecting himself. Doesn't want to go too low against this deck. It is pretty scary to go low. But I would say here we draw 1 more off the leader effect, and that's probably all the turn we've got. Now I think this next turn Stubbs kind of needs to play the defender. Unfortunately, only with 1 energy we've got. He's going to have to play the defender and try to protect himself as much as possible. Looks like he's deciding to mill at least 1 card. It looks like just here. Probably, I didn't see exactly what he counted, but I'm assuming his count he's thinking about is for the sparking 20 in the next turn. Now, we do have 4 energy next turn. That's pretty scary because we do have access to our Goku then, which I said With the Sparking 20, we look at someone's hand and we can just take a card from it. I think it has energy cost of 7 or less, I believe, which is pretty insane, just being able to pick out what you want. Also, calculating someone's combo power as well is rather scary. So calculating someone's combo power is pretty insane. The fact that you can do that and then just figure out, well, all right, what do I need to close out this game on this swing is absolutely incredible. But again, being able to take something like a negate or a super combo away if you do need the multiple swings to finish the game, also absolutely insane. Now, Jimmy is focusing on the unison here, all right, which I think is it's a good choice, but at the same time, now it's down at 2. I think you focus into the leader. I think you just go for the leader here. You want to apply as much pressure as possible this turn and try to wear down Stubbs' hand. Plus, try to get them into a lethal range rather than going straight into this unison. I think once you've got it off the 3 markers and now he knows he's safe to be able to swing, he just needs to go into leader. So, unfortunately, it went into the Jiren just there. I definitely think the leader was the better choice to start putting a little bit more pressure on. Now, I assume we go for some 1-drops here, which we're going to do exactly that with the promo, which is really nice. Not going to take the life, just going to go the promo. So, we're going to be able to grab out 2. Now, I believe Stubbs has 2 counter windows, of course, to be able to play his Goku. He will only be able to hit the 1, though, if he uses a Goku, just because of the way it's worded. I personally think it's probably better at this point to just wait until he plays the 4 cost, because that's 1 extra card out of hand and 1 extra card off the board as well. So it's no more combo. And I definitely think that's the right choice. Sad thing, though, obviously Jimmy knew that Videl was a potential option, right? He has chosen to kill the Jiren Unison first, right? That could be another option as to why he went for the Jiren Unison. Just to not have Videls going on the board. So that kind of would have slowed tempo a little bit. But I think he would have been able to control or like play around that. Not too difficult for him. I think he would have been able to do that appropriately. Now we are going to go for our plays and then our awakens. So Jimmy's really trying to go for the awaken here just so we can start getting our plus 5Ks on the leader when we evolve, right? Because then that makes him I believe a 30k base if we can get 2 out. Because we've also got the 5k from the Jiren just here. Plus, if we also add the 1k from the 5 cost as well, we're in a pretty good situation. So that's pretty nice just there. So what we've done is we have discarded our Koitsukai for our little Jirens. I'm pretty sure it doesn't specify a red card. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I think it's just any card, I'm pretty sure. I may be wrong though, because I haven't played the deck in a while. But if not, very nice synergy just there with that Jiren. And as I said, we bottom decked that Jiren before the 4 cost with the Koitsukai previously. So we knew that was in deck. And that's really, really nice to just be able to go and grab that card, what we need. So we are going to bottom deck a testing. Unfortunately, showed it in the drop. It is meant to go to the bottom. And we're just going to draw 1 card. So Jimmy's not too scared, it sounds like, for this going into this next turn. So he must have a decent hand available that he can start putting a lot of pressure into the leader. Now, we are going to go for our Jiren. Drawing a card, of course. Now, we do have Koitsukai live. So scary thing is we do have Koitsukai live. So Stubbs needs to make the right decision or the right timing as to when to hit something that Jimmy plays, right? More than likely, he probably has another card to establish just here, which we do have our 5-drop just here, plus 1, and then plus another 5 for the leader effect as well. So we are now at 31k, which is pretty insane on the leader. Very scary if we get down to double strike range as well, because we're already at a 30k base, which is well above our 15, right? Plus, we throw a double strike on it. It's going to be a pretty hard to combo out, and we can't really do too much to the leader or take any effects or anything like that. Not that red can, but if you're playing against yellow and you're afraid of Final Flash, obviously that's very, very good to have a double strike on the leader. And if you're already at that 30k base, you're already matching that Final Flash, right? And then whatever you combo on top while they're using that 1 card. So that's really nice. Looks like swinging in with our 19s. So swinging in with our leader, swinging in with our 19s. Now, I feel like the pressure's not there as much now, right? I kind of have a feeling like what we should have done was, as I said, swing in with a double strike into the leader. Okay, I think the double strike was definitely the right choice to swing into leader rather than going into the unison. I know that Vidal is live, but I think the line would have been maybe a little bit different. Jimmy would have displayed it a little bit slower, I guess. And we could have quoitsed as well before we started doing all the rest of that stuff, right? So the potential we could have discarded the Koitsukai and then force Stubbs to discard cards if he did go down that route at the end of the day. And I think that was probably the better choice, unfortunately, here for Jimmy. I don't think he's going to be able to keep enough pressure on at this point, especially with only one energy left. So it looks like we're just passing turn, right? Going into the 4 energy turn for U7. At 5 life, so he's quite comfortable. But the scary thing is, if he goes for this, he does tap himself out. But he can take a card from the hand. I believe we have the Sparking 20 at this point. If not, we do some mills off the leader's effect. So Stubbs is going to count it first. Looks like 20 exactly, I believe. So we're just going to go the draw, unless I counted wrong. There'd be no point going the mills if we're already at 20. So I'm assuming that puts us at our 20 just there. So that's quite nice for him, being able to have access to that. So let's see what he decides. It looks like we're going straight for the 8 cost. We're going to clear the whole board anyway, which I think is very, 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 very powerful. Except those two, yes, because they would have... I can't remember if it ignores barrier. It probably doesn't ignore barrier. We've got 2, 4, 6 on board. So Jimmy would still have to pay 2 energy. We do not have enough on board just there. We've only got 6. So Jimmy needs another card on board somehow, right? So let's see what he goes for. We're going to swing into leader. No negate. We get to look at the hand. Now, I would say at this point, be real nice if we could take pan. I believe it's 7 cost or less. So we just take that super combo straight away from the hand. We do have 2. So we can't take that, I believe. I believe it says 7 cost or less. Right? So I'm pretty sure he's saying, like, I can't take that. That's in your hand regardless, but maybe not. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure it's 7. I'll have to double check, guys. My apologies if I am wrong, but I believe we can't take that. I believe it is a 7 cost or less. I think it has an energy restriction. It may be 8 or less, and I'm just going crazy. But anyway, we're going to play it out like this because these guys had to have caught it on the time. So we are going to buff it with a super combo as well. This is pretty tough to combo out of. Now, obviously, Stubbs was able to calculate what was in hand just then. So we have got 2 super combos, but it does force most of our combo from hand. Plus, we do have the Realm of the Gods, the 1 cost. So if I was Jimmy, we have to protect this strike. We can't do the next one. Knowing that Stubbs has a decent hand right now, we have to protect against this swing. If we don't, Stubbs just empties the whole hand on the next swing. And I think Jimmy's going to do that. Just that. So we're going to use a energy. We're going to plus the 15 and draw a card. So we get an extra card in our hand just here. Super combo. So taking us to 30. So we're at 40. Drawing 2. And then I'm assuming we're going to use the next super combo, if not the board, right? I believe we're at 45. So he's at 30, 45. He needs another 5k to make sure we get out of it. There we go. There's our 50. Not using the board. So again, I think if Stubbs didn't take the pan, if that was the illegal play, the super combo was of course the right choice to take just there. Now we're going to combo again another super combo behind it. So interesting choice. Obviously feeling pretty safe with the hand that he has. Not knowing that Jimmy is drawn into, it looks like another super combo, which is quite nice. So 55 just there. And then I'm assuming we go into our Broly SCR. So that's probably why we're feeling quite comfortable, right? So Broly SCR there to be able to play out. We're going to we obviously minus the leader plus this, and then there's no 5k combos. So pretty disgusting here, unfortunately. Swinging in with that, I'm assuming Stubbs has dumped his whole hand. There's the fourth super combo, I believe, of the game. So we've seen all 4 in hand, which is pretty nice. And then we just dump the rest of their hand. Jimmy understands. He has played this card on many people, and he's been on the receiving end. So there we go, guys. U7 Goku really shining there in that matchup. As I said, just has a lot of utility tools. We didn't really see too many cards being played out. Jimmy, I feel like, did a lot more of the playing. The Unison, though, very, very scary. Obviously, having Jiren Unison on board. And then this SCR as well behind that Goku is absolutely insane. Just being able to close it off like that is incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. Hit that bell to stay notified, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.